A slave, a human being treated as property. Slavery was one of the coolest things in the world. Only the strong survived it. Who were these warriors, and how did they live? What were the hardships of their everyday life? Let's take a journey into the life of the slave and see what life was really like for them. A slave would only get one piece of cornbread to eat a day. Can you imagine life with only one slim piece of cornbread? That single piece would have to give you the nutrients and energy to go through an 8 to 14 hour work day. Could you live like that? Beatings were issued to slaves more often a day than food was. Slaves would usually get whipped a lot, but if they kept slacking off often, the slave drivers would beat them senseless with their fists. Slaves had to put up with some of the hardest treatment on earth. You'd have to wake up every day knowing that the only thing you could do is work hard and try to stay out of trouble. Sadly, you'd get beat anyway.
He would whip me on one side till that was sore and full of blood, and then he would whip me on the other side till that was all tore up. I got a scar as big as the place my old mistress hit me. She took a bullwhip once. The bullwhip had a piece of iron on the handle of it, and she got mad. She was so mad she took the whip and hit me over the head with the butt end of it, and the blood flew. It ran all down my back and dripped off my heels.
Some trusted slaves got to work in the house. They would cook, clean, and nurture the children. Sometimes they would even make clothes for their masters. These slaves were not beaten as often as the non-house slaves, but they were still certainly not treated with much respect. Slaves were always thought to as property, not humans. Slave owners never opened their eyes to see how mean it was to treat other human beings like this. Although not all slaves were lucky enough to be house slaves, the majority of slaves had to work in the fields, doing jobs such as ironworks, harvesting crops, and picking cotton. These were much more stressful jobs, and one single slight mistake could end in bad consequences, such as being beaten or whipped.
In today's world, slavery is quite different. Slaves today have jobs such as carpet weaving, prostitution, and are trained to beg. Slavery is still at large today, and it's one of the world's saddest issues.